So in Ericsson's enterprise ecosystem, we have our professional services partners, which we divide into system integrators and business advisory. And with me here today, I have Eva Fyrberg of KPMG, our business advisory partner. And you're here out of Sweden today, so thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. So yes, my name is Eva Fyrberg. I work with KPMG. And KPMG, as you may know, we're doing auditing, but also advisory. And specifically within digitalization and advising our customers on how to take that journey. One example could be how to get value out of new technology. And that's actually exactly what we're doing with you, right? So in our alliance, we are combining our competences where we are trusted advisors in terms of understanding business value, and you're the technology experts.
Right. And so, how would you say that the KPMG in partnership with Ericsson is, providing that value for our customers, the channel partners, the CSPs, when they go after enterprise?
I think there are a few perspectives and that we need to cover in all of the ecosystem. Because to become really successful in this new world, we need to think about the technology, the business, but also the operations. And for us as a global firm, we have expertise in all the sectors. Not me personally, obviously, but as a firm. So yes, we can advise both you and the communication service providers with how a specific sector works and what is important for their operations. So I think that's a great value, because when we're shifting towards end-to-end services, then we really need to understand that operation side.
Okay, so one thing or a fear that we often see with enterprises, they're afraid of getting stuck on this proof of concept loop. So could you tell me, how is KPMG addressing that together with Ericsson?
Yeah, it's a great point, and that's actually why we have called our partnership POC to Cash, because as you say, many get stuck in a proof of concept, and you are curious about the new technology, you want to try that out, and you get too technology centered. So when the executives ask about their return of investment and how to scale, you don't have the answers and you don't play it out. So that's again coming back to why you need to have more than one perspective. So in POC to Cash, we really try to see to that you can go beyond the POC.
All right, and so what does it mean, in a typical engagement in POC to Cash? What is it that we do? What steps do you go through?
Yeah, good question. So it's different phases. So first we together, and I think this is together is a key word here, because we go to our customers jointly and build a narrative together with them. So it's about educating and inspiring what could 5G mean for them in their specific industry, but also it's very practical. We go out on the factory floor or on the site to see what could be applicable use cases for your specific situation. And since we know the operations side of things, we can actually tailor that and build a business case that you can iterate and build upon. Because it's common that you start with a use case that's very critical to your operations, but if you have a dynamic business case, you can build that on with more use cases.
I think this was a really great summary of why POC to Cash is such a success. So, and when we're thinking about our ecosystem, we want to act as facilitators as Ericsson. So bringing in business advisories as KPMG. We also want to bring in the device partners, software application partners, and the integrators to bring it all together. But when we now look to the future, where do you see 5G is going to take us next?
Yeah, I see that we are really in the phase of where this is going to happen big time. And perhaps the pandemic has changed our behaviors a bit, so we're much more mature in terms of accepting digital solutions, not only in our personal lives, but also in our work life. So I think this is really the time where we're going to see this scale up in everywhere from connected factories to smart cities. So this is something that I think will explode.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much, Eva, for coming out today.
Yeah, thank you.
And thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
With me here today, I have Mahmoud Tarek out of Hexagon Dubai. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Stefan.
So, what is it that Hexagon does? You're one of our partnerships in focus. What is it that you do for your customers?
Yeah, so thank you, Stefan, again, and thank you for having us here in the booth. And we, as Hexagon MI, we provide our customers with end-to-end solutions in terms of hardware and software, specifically in the manufacturing industry, right? So in the manufacturing industry, people are very keen to have an end-to-end solutions in terms of design, analysis, and inspection. And here comes Hexagon, right?
Great. So, I mean, the enterprise and manufacturing is one of the largest verticals that we've identified. This is one of the verticals that our customers are going after as Ericsson. So what is it that you specifically provide here as Hexagon? What is it in terms of measurement technology that you provide for the end user?
Right. So as for now, today, I do have this equipment, which is Hexagon Absolute Arm. It's implemented with a laser scanner and with a touch probe, and the end user will be able to either scan or probe a project or an object into the computer, right? Into the physical system. So basically, a point cloud can be acquired from the object to the ecosystem of the end user, right?
Right. So, so why are they doing this? Is it you want to match the object to an existing drawing?
Yeah, interesting question. So customers can do this for two reasons, basically. Either inspection or reverse engineering. So in the automotive or in the aerospace industry, you can either inspect like a precise part to make sure that it's matching a design, or in other industries you can do reverse engineering. You don't have a design and you want to just recreate that design. So here comes the Hexagon solutions and products, either software and hardware.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what does it mean to get this connected on 5G? What's the benefit over what you can do today?
Yeah, so the challenge now is everything is connected with cables, right? And the future is unleashing old cables. And here comes Ericsson role, because 5G connection will help the customer to have a secure, reliable, and a fast connectivity, right? To be able to transfer the huge amount of data coming from this equipment into the shop floor, into like ecosystem, right?
All right, this is very interesting. Thank you so much for coming out here again.
No problem.
And we'll hope to see and hear more of you in the future.
Sure,
Thank you.
sure.
With me here today, I have our Ericsson partner, EasyMile. And Tarek, you're with us here from EasyMile today. Could you tell me a bit about what it is that EasyMile does?
Sure. EasyMile is a French startup company that specializes in level 4 fully driverless vehicles, whether as a people transportation or for logistic purposes.
All right, and what is it that L4 denotes in this context?
Level 4 means that our vehicles are capable actually of running fully driverless without a human intervention, but on known environments. So every time we deploy a shuttle somewhere, we need to map that area in order for the shuttle to run in a very known environment.
Right, and what is it that 5G enables for these types of systems?
Sure. So 5G with the increased level of connectivity will allow us actually in the near future, and this is why we started this collaboration on the 5G autonomous bus project with Ericsson, will actually enable us to tackle more and more complex use cases running in a more critical areas in a safer way than what used to be done before.
And what is it that you're showing to us here today?
Sure. So on the screen here, what you see is the EasyFleet software, our in-house fleet management software through which we can monitor, supervise, and even dispatch all of our vehicles worldwide on their respective missions. And in parallel of what we're doing here, we're actually deployed since 3 days now an EZ10 fully driverless vehicle outside of this venue in order to shuttle people from gate 4 to gate 1.
Really, really cool. And this is a partnership that actually goes way back. So what is it that you've done with Ericsson in the past?
Sure, so we started the work with Ericsson a few years ago in Europe. And obviously Sweden was the right place to start with. We deployed a project in Kista where we were shuttling people with our EZ10 fully driverless vehicle from the Ericsson offices there to a train and a metro station. We collaborated on other projects related to connectivity and driverless vehicles in Spain. And it's been 2 years now that we are partnering with Ericsson and STC into bringing into Riyadh fully driverless 5G autonomous vehicles.
Thank you so much for coming out today. This is really anticipated, and actually we're seeing a lot of interest from the industry and the different verticals for these kinds of systems. Thank you again for sharing and for coming out here.
Pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.